Hi everyone, Billy here with Tradewinds Travel, back with another recipe. So it's party time, it's Super Bowl, but this works any other time of the year whenever you have a party or you just want something to munch on for yourself. So we're making no-bake, chocolate-covered pecan balls. So let me show you how easy it is to make. Before we begin, please like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified of new travel videos. So the first thing we do is we take 2 cups of chopped and toasted pecans. Now I did these in the food processor because if I tried to do them on a cutting board, I'd have pecans all over the kitchen. So just be careful, make sure when you put it in, you pulse it. Just don't turn it on and leave it, otherwise you'll come back and you'll have pecan butter. So add that in. You want 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs. And 1 cup of brown sugar, firmly packed. And then you want a ½ teaspoon of salt. Now I'm using regular kitchen salt, table salt, because we're not cooking or baking this, so we need it to dissolve pretty quickly. We don't want the big chunks from the kosher salt. So now just mix all of this together. Get out all those lumps from the brown sugar. Okay, so that's all mixed together. So now we add our liquid ingredients. So we need 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and I'm using real maple syrup, not pancake syrup like Mrs. Butterworth or something like that. One, 2. Now, you need a 1/4 cup of bourbon. Now, if you don't want to use a bourbon, you can use apple juice, but the bourbon's really good in it. So a 1/4 cup, of bourbon. And a teaspoon of the best vanilla in the world, Los Cinco Soles from Cozumel, Mexico. This is Mexican vanilla, best vanilla in the world. You just need 1 tablespoon of that. 1 teaspoon, excuse me. And a little extra. A little extra vanilla never hurts. Now, stir all of this together till it all comes together. Boy, I can smell the bourbon. Because it needs to get to the point to where it holds together so we can make our pecan balls out of this. Okay, now you take a cookie sheet, line it with parchment. So I checked and I didn't have any parchment, so I had to use my parchment cake rounds instead. But hey, it's parchment, it works. I just didn't know we were out. So now you take your impeccably clean hands and you just gather some up. Make about 1-inch balls like that. And put it on your cookie sheet. Now it's going to be pretty crumbly. So you can't do it like you would a sausage ball. You have to just sort of mash it together like that so it will stay. Now these are going to go in the freezer, so they will firm up. Okay, we've put it on our parchment-lined tray, and now we'll just stick this in the freezer for at least 30 minutes, maybe even longer, before we dip it in the chocolate or they'll just fall apart. So we'll be back in about a half an hour. Okay, they've been in the freezer for about 45 minutes. We left them a little bit longer. So now you just take a package of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and we're going to melt these. So we're going to put them in the microwave. I'll go for 30 seconds, then give it a stir, then 30 more seconds until they're completely melted. Oh yes, I think we're good now. All right, so take a toothpick and put it down into one of the pecan balls. Dip it into the chocolate, like that. Get off the excess. And place it back on the parchment. Okay, so we did all of them. See how they look, and then on the bottom, they're nice and flat. They're still haven't solidified yet, so make sure you put them back in the refrigerator or even the freezer, and they'll solidify good. But they still taste just as good. So let's see how they taste. Very good. You know, they're not really too sweet. I'm surprised. I taste the bourbon. And the brown sugar. They're messy too, but that's okay. So, try these for your next party. Make them ahead of time because you will have to freeze them. So, put them, leave them in the pan, put them in the freezer, let them completely solidify. Then you can take them and put them in a Ziploc bag and just put them in the freezer and pull them out when you need them. So, do try these pecan pie balls. They're wonderful. So until next time, happy travels.